outrage on the field. NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell refusing to take a tougher stance against national anthem protesters yesterday, saying that the players should stand, but they won't be forced to do so.
Everyone should stand for the national anthem. That's an important part of our policy. It's also an important part of our game that we all take great pride in. And it's also important for us to honor our flag and to our country, and we think our fans expect us to do that. The fact is that we have about a half a dozen players that are protesting. We hope, and we're going to continue to work to try to put that at zero. That's what we'd like to do. But we want to make sure that we're understanding what the players are talking about, and that's complex.
Patriotic fans and the president were not happy with Goodell's decision. After the news conference, President Trump tweeted at the NFL. He said this: "Too much talk, not enough action. Stand for the national anthem." Let's bring in former NFL safety Burgess Owens, along with former NFL linebacker Colin Allred, and former NFL safety and the Brewer Group executive chairman, portfolio manager Jack Brewer. Good to see everybody. Thanks so much for joining us this morning. This is an important conversation. Let me kick it off with you, Colin. Your reaction to yesterday's events.
Well, I actually want to give Roger Goodell some credit because I think that he has resisted pressure from President Trump, and he has brought the players and the owners together and created a dialogue about how the league can be a positive actor in this space moving forward. I think that's the right thing to do, and so I actually want to give him some credit. And this is coming from someone who was part of the 2011 lockout when the owners and Goodell locked us out, so I actually want to give him a little bit of credit here.
Jack, what do you think?
I totally agree. I think this is a situation where you have 6 players. 99.9% of players in the National Football League stand each and every time that national anthem comes on. So we can't make this into something that it's not. I think the conversation really needs to start moving towards the solutions. The National Football League and its players have always backed this country. We represent this country, in my opinion, very well. We're heroes in our own rights. No, we're not military men and women and service men and women, but we represent communities all across this country that are struggling. We represent kids. We're the voices for some of the youth that, have so many ailments and problems in America. So we need to start talking about this. I've said it time and time again. Let's go sit down with the president. Let's fill the White House with, African-American players, and let's have these conversations because this country needs to heal right now, and that's the most important thing.
Yeah, but, should this be done on the football field? Burgess, how do you see it?
I wrote a book recently called Liberalism, or How to Turn Good Men into Whiners, Weenies, and Wimps, and that's what we're seeing with the NFL right now. And let me tell you one thing. We have our responsibility as men is make sure our young boys understand that they have every single opportunity in the world, and this is the greatest country in the history of mankind. We have millionaires. We have people across the board, CEOs, black president, and here we're talking about having a conversation. The conversation should be, what has the Democratic Party done for the black community? Why is it we have 83% of black teen males unemployed, 75% of black boys in California not meeting reading standards? This conversation is not about our president. It's not about the white NFL. It's about black men standing up, going to these communities, and fighting back on this ideology that's been killing us, literally, for decades. Who has the guts to do that? That's what it comes down to. Who has the courage to stand against the black elitists? Yeah. Not the white people, the black elitists.
I understand that, but the issue is, do you have to do that to the American flag? Do you have to do that on the football field? Let's face it, Jack. The reason that the players, all of you, have the right to protest is because of the American flag and the Constitution and the freedom that this country enjoys.
And Maria, most people agree with you. I agree with you. I would stand for the flag too. I think it goes back to the reality that 99.9% of players are standing up for the flag. Only 6 players actively stand up against the flag. Now, when the president made those statements, you saw a whole league lash out against that, but that had nothing to do with the flag. It really took us off topic. So I totally agree with Burgess. Our black leaders are the first to be blamed because we need more, first off, we need more youth leaders. We need more younger people coming to the forefront and actually talking about solutions to these problems. And you're right. Actually, the president ran on most of these things.
Exactly.
We need jobs. We have double the unemployment rate as other races in our country. We need health care. We have issues with our home.
Well, somewhere along the line, the argument, the debate changed as far as what we're standing for and what we're sitting for. We're talking about the American flag and the freedoms that we all enjoy because of our hardworking and courageous men and women who go and fight for war, Colin.
Can I say one thing real quick?
That one of our
Maria?
freedoms is the right to express ourselves. And I think that the players have that right. And I think that whether or not we all agree about each individual player's decision, I do think that we as Americans should agree about their right to freedom of expression and
That's
their right
you're
to
right
express
about that.
themselves.
Exactly.
Yeah, well, let me say this: they have a right, but they don't have a right during the work time to do so. If that's the case, the message basically that's coming out of this is that, listen, guys, you can choose to come to work or not. If you decide not to come to work, that's okay. We have parameters. Businesses, the way businesses work, they put stringent parameters around their employees because it's about their brand. And there's no company in this country that allows their employees to dictate basically how their company is going to be run. It's done by leadership. And at this point, black men need to know when you come to work, you have discipline, you have authority, and you need to either tie the line or know there's consequences. And right now, we're not teaching our young men that.
That's right.
I agree with that, Burgess, but to a point, I think, you know, the national anthem shouldn't be considered a part of the football game. These guys should be there to play their sport. They should respect the national anthem. And if they don't want to participate, we need to take the cameras off of them. We need to stop showing the world these guys kneeling. We need to take the cameras off of that and focus it on the football field.
Well, that's a good point.
But
there's a ton of cameras there. You're not going to be able to not show it.
Yeah, I just think we're showing it. We're making it into a bigger issue than it actually is. You got to remember, 99.9% of players stand up, and we can't deny that fact. We need to go back again. Let's sit down with this president and talk about it.